Okay, uh, the leaderboard push died a horrible death. I averaged well above 7 for the first 20 runs, and then due to some horrible drafts and also incredible tilt due to my machine uh, causing losses in important runs and in good positions. I think I averaged about 3.5 for the last 10, which is not what should happen, but what did happen anyway. And now, sort of freed from the constraints of that, I started playing bad classes again, and then was offered Druid, and I really like Druid in this expansion for obvious reasons. It's very good, but also this is uh, it's weird. Druid. It does have one UI, but apart from UI, it has all the aggressive tools: two marks of the lotus, two powers of the wild, flappy, roar, Hydra's in there. So basically, there's like it tops out at two Ancients of Blossoms, and then there's UI. And I don't think UI won me a single game. I'm basically just flooding and going face, which is the style I like playing. Um, so yeah, enjoyable deck so far. Let's see if we can take it to 12. Obviously, very draw dependent, because if I think if this deck draws the correct early game tools, uh, it's not an auto win, but it's incredibly strong. But if you get sort of the defensive, the slightly more passive early game tools, you lose to mages in particular. I think at least one of my losses was to a mage who weathered the early storm and then uh, just overpowered me because I have no late game. The problem is, with the normal druid decks these days, like UI brings you back into the game because it gives you 5 cards, but my 5 cards on turn 10 will not be able to do anything to the board, which is a problem. And also, very importantly, it has Naturalize, which actually two Naturalizes, uh, which allows you to go through tons for that final bit of burst. Allowed me to beat Frostleech Jaina when I managed to naturalize a Frost Heli, which would have healed her out of range. I think we only keep the 2 here. Uh, you could make an argument for keeping Power of the Wild, but I don't think it's necessary. Not sure about this, but I want to know. And okay, this is very good information. Might make us keep cheaper spells for late game. Actually, in particular, this. What buffs are we afraid of on turn 3? I don't think we're afraid of any, actually. Yeah, okay, I'm not keeping in a rate in this case, obviously. And I'm probably not even keeping the roar. Might actually go for the roar this turn. Although, no, this is an improvement. So, all of these things are... Okay, so I need to trade this. How is this? Yeah, this is not a beast. So this needs to go so that Hydra gets buffed, right? And I think at 26, I think I'll give him this for the purposes of better trading in the next turns. I don't really care about this getting traded off. If he heals for 4, he heals for 4. Yeah, that's acceptable. Yeah, I think this is probably the roar turn. Unless we get something to play. Yeah, this feels like a roar turn because we can't really let him keep this buff. We kind of, I mean, if we go face one more, okay, that's very annoying. Obviously, that will heal him quite a bit. We can't afford to allow this to get bone marred. I think bone marrow on this just kind of wins the game. Heals him for 20. I'm really hoping this is not my room buzzer being sounded. And it was, but yeah, this is not great now because we have no food for the Tony. We haven't lost yet, but this is obviously not great. We could actually go uh, for the ramp with Mire Keeper next turn if we don't find something to play because we need to play UI as early as possible. It's kind of our win condition now. But yeah, I think the reasoning for killing the lifesteal minion was sound, but there was 10 phase we missed out on. But I think Bone Mare would have just completely destroyed us. So I still feel this was probably the correct play, but not as sure as I was. Well, this is fantastic. This is an actual fireball we're getting here. And I think we are actually going for the ramp here. With this amount of burn in hand, I think turn 10 cannot come fast enough for us. Tony probably dies this turn, but the damage has sort of been done, I hope. So we can set him to 8. No, 7. So we set up lethal by doing that. Okay, so do we need to kill anything? Because we now have lethal in hand, even without the 3 damage done here. In many different ways, but not through taunt. I think it might matter. I think it might matter the 3 damage here. Because we have burn from hand, and only needing to do 1 might be very, very relevant. Like the charge with all the buffs might have to chew through taunt. Okay. Didn't matter, I guess. That is maybe the first game that you can argue was won for us by having UI in hand. I can't remember a single one before. There was a game where I delivered lethal by UI in the face, but we would have won even without it because our board was so overwhelming. Yeah, this really, really could have come a bit earlier. Like this is run 32 or 33 of the streak, and it's 12, and like the last three runs of the actual leaderboard push were all 3-3, which is kind of annoying, but what to do? Okay, 330 and a card, acceptable. And as usual, one pack. Non-spectacular. All right, that concludes the festivities for this recording. Uh, let's see if it works in terms of omens and other bullshit like that. Cheers, everyone.